Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
And we're a little low energy today. It has been, I would like to say a week, but it's just September.
It's been more than a fortnight even.
Wake me up when September ends.
Okay.
That's what that whole thing is.
Yeah, fair.
September's cursed. From the 3rd onward,
Yeah.
It was just garbage.
We started it. Shit.
Yeah. We were like, that day, strike it from the calendar. Nope, just kidding. September,
mug.
strike it from the calendar. It's cursed. We don't want it anymore.
Oh, it's so bad, dude.
It's been awful. Like, just awful. So, on that uplifting note, let's dive into it's time for the weekly recap.
Check in.
Fuck.
Whack fuck.
Whack fuck. I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because mine's not horrible.
Okay.
I have good news.
Okay.
I got to meet my new pain management doctor.
And
I liked her a lot.
Yay. And she knows about EDS.
She actually knew it. Like, it was crazy. We were sitting. Okay, first of all, Nicole gave me a fucking heart attack.
Why?
So we know her. She's the nurse that was working with us before.
Yeah.
And I had to do the UA. And so I did the UA, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden Nicole burst open the door, panicked. It was like, about your UA. And I was like, what? What's wrong with my UA? She's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what? And she was like, we dumped it. I was
We
like,
spilled your urine everywhere.
well, no. She's like, we dumped it. You already did it earlier this month. You don't have to do it again. And I was like, you really
Okay.
could have just kept it. It wasn't a big deal. I guess some people freak out.
Oh, no. Oh, that makes sense.
Right? So
Mm-hmm.
she was trying to beat the panic, but I wasn't worried at all.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I'll do a UA. I don't care.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah, we had that fucking heart attack. And then Megan comes in and she sits down and she's very nice. And she goes over everything. She's like, so you have EDS. And then she started talking about like the actual symptoms, not just the generic shit. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, so how are your insides? Like, how does your stomach? How do you sleep? Like, oh, you
Sleep? What is this sleep you speak of?
I don't do these things.
What?
She was very nice.
Good.
And she went over like when we got diagnosed, and just in general, it was beautiful.
That's so nice.
She was delightful, and she was like, she liked where my plan was, and we talked about getting the back stimulator, and she was
Yeah.
like, I was going to suggest that.
Yes.
I was like, oh, good.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. That's great news, actually.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She was all for it.
Good.
She just liked where we were at. She liked us. She said she's very excited to work with us.
Good.
And I was like,
That's
cool.
awesome. I know, because that was like scary time.
Yeah.
Just figuring out, like, am I going to find someone who knows shit, or am I going to find someone who is going to tell me stupid shit?
Mm-hmm. No, she was awesome. She's a nurse practitioner. That's how you know.
Yes.
That's what it was. She was an NP, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And we told her that we're partial to
Yes.
NPs, and she's like, good. I'm partial to NPs
Because
too.
they actually give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think it's because they work more one-on-one with
They do.
patients
They see it a lot more.
than the doctors do, which
Mhm.
makes a huge difference, really.
Yeah. And then I had to see Libby
Mm-hmm.
for therapy. And it wasn't a therapy session. It was a let's go over all your psychosis and talk about them and make sure that that's what they are, like the yearly check-in.
Okay.
So she was like, describe what it's like when you have this going on. What is it like when you have this? So we had to go through all of bipolar 1, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and there was one other one. I think it was just a generic like mental health check-in.
Anxiety or something. Yeah.
Right, like, are you suicidal?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, no. Have you been? Not in the last year.
Yeah. Fair.
So that was draining as hell, but it was good. Didn't get to actually talk to her about anything. We spent an hour doing that, and then she's like, all right, I'm sorry. We'll talk next time. All right.
Okay, bye.
See you later. That was Monday. And then everything went to hell.
Yes.
I've spent all week fighting my body to the max.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we've not even had like a chance to check in really
No.
throughout the week.
I realized yesterday that like when I messaged you in the evening, I was like, I haven't heard from her in a while. I should check in. And then you were not checking in. I was like, oh shit. She did.
I took an accidental weird time nap.
my fucking got you fucking dead.
Temporarily, yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I was fighting my back and my hips. My hips have been so bad. So bad. I can't sit.
Fuck.
Like right now I'm okay,
Yeah.
but give it time and they'll slide out and they'll just
Have you had PT yet?
no.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. I'm going to soon. Question mark.
Right.
I don't know. It'll be fun working with PT for 3 months.
Right.
But
they're like, you know all this shit. Why are you here?
all right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Sitting sucked. Laying down sucked. Everything was horrible.
Yep.
I wanted to burn it all down.
Yeah.
And then I commiserated with you all week. Every day was worse than the previous. It's like, holy shit. It can't get worse.
And it
did.
Needs
to stop.
It just kept getting worse.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh. Yeah, it was an adventure. That's for sure.
It was a thing. Yeah. So, I mean, that was my week. I survived it.
Yeah. Just barely. That's how I feel. I'm like, I live. Sort of.
Well, it's like I said,
Kind of.
my grandfather pulled me aside because he hadn't seen me all week and was worried about me. It's like, oh, guess that is a problem, huh?
But you live in the same house and you haven't seen each other in a week.
He knows when it's bad. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, thanks for quantifying how bad it was.
Right?
It's good.
God, yeah. No, my week was hell. Just hell on earth. And it just kept getting worse. Like, the week started out, I don't even know where it started anymore. Like, it just was like a cascade of living nightmares.
Did we record on Sunday last week?
No.
That was the week before.
We made it to Saturday. Yeah. The week before was Sunday.
Jesus. That felt time.
Right? I'm like, that was a week ago. Holy shit. What the fuck? Work has just been like the most overwhelming, heavy, emotionally taxing thing the world has ever known.
Yeah.
And that just like it kept mounting day by day. And so one day I was like, holy shit, what's going on? And then the next I was like, oh my god, there's more. And then there was more. And then there was more.
Sprinkled in with surprises in between. Like,
yes. Lots of surprises. And
holy
then like
shit.
I don't know, like I work so hard to build rapport with these kids that I wind up being their person a lot of the time. And I can't be everybody's person and get shit done at the same time.
And take on extra stuff.
Yeah. But I would rather be their person than like get shit done because I'm like, they need that. It was just like the whole week was just a living nightmare. So I had like no time to check in with myself or with my body and actually like feel what had been going on throughout the week because everything was just nonstop. And then Thursday, I just hit a wall and I could not get out of bed. Like I had an alarm going off like every 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get up. And so I texted, I was like, I'll be in, but I'll be in late. And so I think I finally pulled my carcass out of bed at like 10 o'clock. It was so bad. And got to work around like 10:30, but then I had a kid in crisis. And so I walked into the building and the building was in crisis. And then it just continued. And then Friday I had a dental appointment in which the dentist tried to tell me that I thought the wrong tooth hurt. That was really fun.
Phantom pain.
Yeah, it's like, it's this one. And they were like, no, the other one's chipped. And I was like, no, it's this one. And they were like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. It's this one. This is the one that hurts. And then finally she does like the freezing cold nitrogen spray test. And I was like, it's that one. That one. It hurts like shit. It's that one. She was like, oh, you might be right. And I was just like, okay.
I might be right. Who knows?
Okay. And then they were like, well, since it's that one and the filling is still there. Oh, and I learned that what happens with those fillings, and I bet you this is what is going on. The fillings have like chemicals in them that can very slowly over time kill the root.
Yeah.
And so she's like, it's probably just killing the root because you have it filled. And I was like, great. Dental is the worst of all time. I'm over it. Yeah, and the like mouth pain sucks, but that wasn't even the worst part of my week, which is super surprising. And they were like, how long's it been like this? I was like, I don't know, over a week. And they were like, why'd you wait so long? I was like, everything's been on fire forever.
I have other things going on.
Yeah, It's not good, guys. And they were like, okay, so you need a consult for a root canal. And so I didn't wind up going to work because I had the appointment in the morning and then just weird time in between where I was like, there's no point. I'm going to go to work, be there for 30 minutes, and then have to leave.
Yeah.
It's stupid. And so, yeah. So I need a root canal, and that's on Tuesday. I emailed my doctor about going back and, like, actually sitting down with Integrated Pain Services. And then he was like, yeah, let me know if you need a new referral. So I called to make the appointment, and they were like, yeah, you need a new referral. And so I asked for the new referral, and I get this very strange message back that was just like, the Integrated Pain Service team will work with your primary care providers, and that might be in the terms of recommendations and blah, blah, blah. And if they need to see you in person, they will outreach. And I was like, no. It's been over 3 years. I need to, like, sit down with these people because they need to know what the fuck's going on.
How can they make recommendations if they don't know what's going on?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
So I'm going to call and try to make that appointment again on Monday. What else fucking happened this week? Oh, we went to the in-laws on Tuesday, I think. I don't know. It was a day. And I showed up and I did my thing with the babies and then I left because I was just like, I can't anymore. Everything is horrible. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a really, really long month. And I haven't had, like, there's just been no time. And I'm in such ridiculous spoon debt that I'm, like, just dragging myself by my fingertips at this point, trying to get through. I'm like, I've got 2 weeks left until break, so I need to make it that far at least.
Yeah.
And if we can make it there, we'll be okay. And then I have a week to just, like, veg and recover some spoons. But
No spoons, only knives.
yes. Yep. And they're, like, pocket knives. They're not even good knives.
Yeah.
The shitty dollar store. Just, it's no good. Yeah, I don't even know what else happened this week. It's just been ongoing and crazy
Yeah.
and horrible and ridiculous. And then I have neurology follow-up in December,
Wow.
which doesn't make me very happy. They called and they were like, oh, he wants to get you back on your books in December. I was like, what?
Jesus.
Yeah. And I haven't even told the chemical dependency people that I'm giving up yet. I haven't even been able to do that, where I was just like, because it doesn't stop. Nothing stops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cannot without this, like, tier in my care system. And I was just like, I'm giving up. We're not stopping the cannabis right now. Because I just can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just been exhausting. And then this morning was like, my stomach was like, hey, it's my turn. I was like, fuck you.
Like interjecting, like,
Yeah.
excuse you. You're not on the docket. You can fuck right off.
Right? I was like, it's not your turn. Fuck. No.
I hate that.
Really?
I hate that so much.
I was like, I can't do anything. I'm just dead inside now.
Mm-hmm.
Dead on the outside, dead on the inside. Just dead.
Dead all around.
Walking death. God. Yeah. It's just been hellish. And I'm exhausted. Like, so exhausted. And I've cried more this week than I think I have in the last, like, 3 months combined. Like, and at work,
Week,
which
man.
I fucking hate. I hate crying at work.
I'm getting caught.
Yeah.
That and
Having people walk in and be like, oh, you want to talk about it? I was like, no, I want to cry about it and I want you to go away.
I'm doing what I need to do right now. Give me some space.
It's cry time. Thank you. Goodbye.
Can I touch you? Let me feel better.
Touch you on your body? It's like, no, go away. Go away. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been surviving on coffee and willpower and depression.
The depression fuels us. It gives us reason to look forward to tomorrow.
I'm going to wake up and be depressed.
Oh boy!
Yay!
I've got crippling depression.
I've got osteoporosis.
I remember one of the things, the topics, it's the one that Kaylee brought up. And I can't, I have the thought in my head.
It just won't translate into words.
Right. I know what she said, and I wish I could say it too. It was really good. It has something to do with like a follow up on our questions or on our conversation last week. Like how? Oh, what do you say to somebody when they're at the worst? Like how do you outreach to somebody in a meaningful way? Like
when they're at their like lowest.
Because you were messaging me, and,
Yeah.
and Kaylee was over, and I was like, Karina's gonna die. And she was like, how do you approach that? And I was like, I don't know.
You did it perfectly though.
Did I?
Like what you said, like that helped my brain. Like it immediately rebooted my brain, and I was like, okay, I got this. We're good. Like that meant a lot, and you worded it perfectly, and it made sense and translated correctly into my brain, and it worked, and it was fine. Because what did you say? You're like, I love you, and it's all temporary.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's temporary. Okay, I can do this. We got it. All right. So the thought of it being temporary is what is getting me through right now.
Dude, and it's so hard.
Yeah.
We've said it before, but it's so hard to think about it being temporary when you're in it.
Yeah.
And it seems like forever.
Yes.
Time
Especially
slows
this
down.
month where it's like week after week after week.
Right.
Where I'm just like, I'm dying. Like I cannot do any more than I'm doing. And it's still not enough. Like it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
But I can only do what I can do. And like, I'm only one person with only 2 arms, unfortunately.
No shit.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that outreach, like, it depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because there are those people who are like, maybe they're in crisis, but maybe you haven't had conversations about being in crisis previous to that.
Yeah.
So how do you find something meaningful to say to somebody in crisis?
I've had that where the relationship is more casual.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help them, but
yeah,
there's no way for me to approach it.
Right.
It seems like not your place, and
mm-hmm.
like, I'll just have to leave it. I don't want to, but
right. No, exactly. Where you're just like, I wish I could like bring you into the fold, but that's not how we've structured our relationship thus far.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, no, I get that, and it's hard too because like even when you're in it, you're like. You couldn't think of something someone could say to you to make it better.
Right.
Like, that's just not...
That was my big one. Like, if I've had it both ways where I want to hear certain things and other days I don't want to hear shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, and it kind of goes back to that, like, what we were talking about last week where I was like, I wish somebody could see how hard it is.
See
and how hard
the amount of effort you're putting into it.
Yeah. Because I'm like, maybe there would be a little more appreciation for my, like, time and energy if they knew what it cost. Because it costs. And now I'm in debt because it costs. I'm in a lot of debt. Lots and lots of spoon debt.
The spoon IRS is going to come for you. They're going to audit you and you're fucked.
Yeah. I'm in spoon bankruptcy now.
Oh, God.
I've only got butter knives left. And I just keep throwing them at people, hoping they'll go away. I don't know.
You get a butter knife, and you get a butter knife, and you get a butter knife.
Oh, look, here's a half a fuck I gave once.
Like at the bottom.
I found it. Here you go.
Yeah, you can have half, sure. Why not?
I only gave half a fuck today. Yeah. That's been my week. It's like, I can only give so many fucks before I start imploding.
Yeah.
And then I'm imploding. Just only imploding. Yeah. No, that's fair. Like, even with bug, like, I don't think I could pull something out of thin air and be like, this is what's going to get through.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it works for us because we have those conversations so continually and we talk about it so often and together and we know each other's thoughts and like how we process things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if it was like somebody else, no idea.
I know I've been able to do it for Jen on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll just know.
Right.
Like, when you need to say something, like what to say, and like, oh, this needs to be said right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
I can do that with Jen. I think I can do that with Kaylee.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, no, you nailed it.
Woohoo.
That's all I got for you. You nailed it. That was the thing that
I
you could
did it
say
good.
that I was like, okay, yes. All right, got it. We can do that. That's fine. It is temporary. It's just a very long temporary. Yeah, it's been a weird one because I haven't like checked in with the body. So I don't know how I feel.
There's
Not
like
a clue.
some fire that's brand new that you haven't found yet.
Yeah, it's gonna show up soon. Well, and it's been hard because I can like feel the tension from the spasms getting ready all the time,
Yeah.
and like the flickering in my ear is now just a constant. I'm like, fine, cool. I guess this is what we're doing now. Whatever. Stupid body. God damn it.
Jesus.
It's been rough. And I'm tired. Very tired. How do you like deal with that part? Like the fatigue is killing me.
Drugs.
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 Lots of caffeine
Yes.
and willpower.
Yep.
There's a lot of willpower that goes into it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, you have to become strong enough to keep going. Oh, and lately it hasn't been enough. Like, I've been getting fatigued to the point of just giving up. Like,
Yep.
I can't.
Yeah. Well, and it's so hard to like put things in perspective when you're so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of your coping skills go out the window when you're like, I'm too tired to cope. I'm too tired to think about things that'll make me feel not this way.
Well, that's my favorite. You get so tired that you start crying and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Or you get really angry and you don't know why. Like,
Yeah. You're like,
where is this coming from?
that was me all week. I was like, I am like 2.5 seconds away from a breakdown at any given point
It's happened to me a lot.
throughout the day.
I look at Jen, I'm like, Jen, why am I crying? She's like, I think because you're in a lot of pain. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that would be. And I'm just literally just
like, wait.
tears are rolling down my face. I'm just like, huh, interesting.
Doctor Who fucked us up really bad. We're like, are we crying for some secret reason?
I mean, there's
Do I
got to
have
be
children that don't exist anymore? Like what?
What happened on the alternate timeline?
Yeah.
What did we fix?
That went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
It backfired. Go back. Unfix it. Can't do it.
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't know. I wish there was an easier way. Like I just wish it wasn't so freaking hard all the time. I am so tired of things being so difficult.
Well, and normally it is. It's not. It's it's bad for a little bit, then it gets
right, and
better.
then you get some like reprieve.
Right,
At some
we're
point.
used to the breaks.
Yeah.
You're not used to doing a fucking mile or a 10K.
Oh, and I haven't worked out for 3 weeks.
Jesus.
I haven't been to the gym in 3 weeks because I just cannot.
Wow.
I get done with a day and I text her and I'm like, I can't. Like, I physically cannot come. If I show up to the gym, I'm gonna cry.
Well, it's also you get out late too, right? Like
4:30.
Yeah, that's late.
And then my drive home is like a fucking nightmare. Oh, and then there was that day, I think it was Wednesday. It was just all the lights on Iliff were off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were texting each other.
Yeah. It took like from getting off the highway to my house, which is like a 3.5 minute drive, took like 30 minutes to just get there. And I was like, this is insane. And it was like all the lights were down for miles and the power at my house was out. It was a disaster. So like everything this week was just not it. It wasn't it. It was bad.
Anytime there was a sparkle of hope, life made sure to snuff that out.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ. Spend all my time in my car and then at work and then crying sometimes.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll eat food here and there.
Oh yeah, food, huh?
That's not been a priority recently. I'm like, food? No, gummy bears.
Ooh.
That's it. It's only gummy bears.
Ooh, gummies.
Like, if it tastes like dopamine, I want it. Other than that,
this
no
tastes
thank you.
like dopamine.
Uh-huh. But yeah, no, it's just been a wreck. And I'm super thankful for my, like, lovely coworkers who have my back all the time. But I'm tired, guys. I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I won't be here at Christmas time if it continues this way. I will just drop dead out of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like a horse in the field. That's gonna be what happens.
When sleep is not enough. Yeah.
There is only death. Yeah. And TikTok. Facts. Straight facts.
Gay fact?
By fact.
By fact. Bye.
By fact.
So, break time.
Yeah. We decided that it's time to take a break.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're at in life. But we love you, and we hope that your September hasn't been quite this awful.
Yeah. Maybe
but if it has...
we're taking all that for you.
Yeah. Oh, God. Take one for the team.
Yeah. It's only a few more days until it's gone.
September?
Yeah, September's coming to an end.
It needs to take all of its shit with it when it leaves.
Yeah.
Like, pack it up, buddy. You brought all of this? Like, no. September is its own year 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the fuck out. Take your shit with you and go.
Yeah. Sorry, September.
October
Not
only. Spooky time, acceptable. Anything else? No. No, thank you.
It's friggin' bats. I love Halloween.
I love Halloween. It's a pine cone on a stick. I care about you.
All right. So we're going on break, which means you need to drink water.
Just drink heavily.
Drink water. Drink heavily water. Stay hydrated. Do what you got to do. Take your meds. Eat something. Appreciate life. Take a second.
I checked out when you said appreciate life. I was like,
no.
No.
I'm not telling you to do these things. It's for everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate life for me. Maybe you could appreciate my life. That might be good.
Write
You
her.
don't have to, though.
Send her a letter. We'll open that P.O. box. Send her spoons and encouragement.
And threats.
And death threats.
That'll make me feel better. Like, I never know. The possibility's always there.
All right.
Go find some sunlight. Be better than me.
We're going to go now. Bye. Welcome back. How was your break? Did it last for an entire day? Because ours did.
Yes, it did. We took a 24-hour break.
We did. We went on break and tried to come back, and the camera was like, nope. And we were like, cool.
Yeah, it was the sign from the universe that we were like, yeah, no, I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's time to stop.
It was. It was definitely time to stop.
We were not alive yesterday, so today is a new day, and I feel much more human.
Weirdly human, yeah.
Yeah. So we're back.
And we're awake. And hopefully this will be better.
And we have a topic. Because we were struggling yesterday.
Well, we had a topic that was unplanned, but this kind of connects to that one.
Yeah. Do you want to lead us in?
I can't remember what it is.
Connection?
Give me a second.
So we're...
Give me a second. I'll get there. I'll connect the dots.
We were talking about Kaylee.
Yes, I was just
there we go.
thinking about
okay,
Kaylee.
I was like, there's your starting point.
Oh, yes. So, along with not knowing how to talk to somebody, I guess it connects because if you approach them the wrong way, it can come across as this.
Yeah.
You can be toxic positive. I like that.
Toxic positive.
Like being so
you're
positive,
positive for toxic.
Yeah, you're just overly.
You popped positive. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Like, oh no.
Yes, toxic positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't really gone into that at all.
We talked about it for like a microsecond one time in
but
season 1.
Right. So it's been a minute.
Season 1.
And we all experience it, I think. And it's kind of universal throughout invisible illnesses and even visible illnesses, really.
Yeah.
I think this is something that can affect anybody. Especially if you're looking at someone who has to have a level of acceptance for their condition.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about like how you got lectured by your PT for being a defeatist.
Yes. For being a realist. I mean,
right.
Didn't that just happen to you too?
Yes.
It's the same bullshit from PT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so irritating because they're like, if you just follow these simple steps, you'll be all better.
Yeah.
I'm like, eat it.
Making you recite it.
up.
Like, say it with me. Things will get better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We discovered that in one of the Facebook groups yesterday. And we were talking about that. And it was an admin post. They came on and they were like, we got to talk about this term that we used where it was like just letting it go and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was super weird.
Let go of negativity?
Yes, I think that's what it was. Yeah. Which is fair. Like, you don't have to be negative, but being overly positive sets you up for failure.
Yeah, it's that expectation versus reality.
Right.
So once you fail at your positivity, you're gonna take it really hard.
Right.
Like,
Well, and it kind of becomes part of your self-talk, and then you don't have, I don't know. I feel like that toxic positivity can really impact, especially for me, like those walls that we build to protect ourselves, to protect the psyche from what our reality is. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a weird, because you would think, like, be positive with them, don't be a Debbie Downer, like blah 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 blah. They're already feeling really negative, so be that ray of sunshine. Don't.
Please do not.
Just don't.
Unless you know the person and it's appropriate for the time.
Right.
Which I can't imagine anyone would be like, yeah, I need positivity right now.
Right.
Like if you're, I don't know, I can imagine situations, but.
Well, and I think it goes back to that, like, the camps within being chronically ill. So
Right.
you have, like, the people who feel like their life is ruined by their condition, and in some conditions that's fair. Like, it's fair. Your life has been kind of devoured by whatever this condition is.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Oh, the camps. Yeah. And then you have the camps of, like, accept it. Like, this is what it is, and this is what I can control in the moment, and the rest is the rest. Right? But yeah, no, I think that positivity can really threaten those walls where we're like, no, I need there to be that level of morbid humor, and I need there to be that, like, acceptance of, and I need it to be, like, normalized.
Right.
And I don't need someone to come to me and be like, just be happy.
It feels like they're forcing it open. Like, if you have that wall there, it's like the wall of reality that you see everything through. And they're just like, no, fuck that. Let's just get rid of this whole coping mechanism, your understanding of self.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you how it should be.
Right.
Like,
well, it's like looking at someone with depression and being like,
be happy.
Just think more positively.
Yeah.
That'll cure it, right? Like, we know that doesn't work. And it can be really damaging when you're like, when you feel like your feelings are being invalidated all the time.
Right. Well, could you imagine being in a family like that? Like, where your parents are just all the time telling you that it's not what it is.
Right.
But you're in it.
Yeah. Right. Like, you question your reality. Like, we already struggle with imposter syndrome. We don't need that extra layer on top where we're like, oh, we better just be positive about it. But I did come across a post this morning that was like, she was just really struggling with this, like, I don't know, the outlook, I guess.
Yeah.
And being like, it's only ever going to get worse, and I'm struggling now. And I had to get on and be like, it gets different. Maybe not worse and maybe not better, but it'll be different.
Did you get responses to that?
I got likes on it.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I could see someone getting really offended.
Well, and it's because you can't tell someone it's going to get better. You can't.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Well, we know that because we've tried saying that to ourselves.
Right.
Like, we've tried to live it like, oh, this is bad now, but it'll get better.
Right.
But
like, oh, I'm going to have this surgery and then it'll be fixed.
It just gets different.
Right.
So
maybe that surgery fixed that one thing temporarily. But there's also 1,000 other open tabs when it comes to pain.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, it's like oddly threatening, right? Like when someone is like, oh, I really hope. And it comes down to, like, for me, the one that kills me is people wishing cures on us.
Oh, God.
That makes me absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I hate it. And I hate when people are like, oh, well, they've discovered the gene for it. And I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. You still have the condition. They're not going to fix you.
The discussions I've seen about that, like, finding the protein is more about, felt more gatekeepery, because people are like, now we can find out who really has it.
Right.
Like, well, excuse you.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, and I'm like, they're going to discover 17 other types of this. Like, how many are there now? 13? 17? Something like that? There are tons and tons and tons of this disorder. There's variants of this disorder. But, like, finding that protein, for me, I don't like it because it comes down to, like, eugenics almost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
where they're like, oh, I could, like, find out if my future baby has it and then abort based on that. because like we're here, and I don't know. It's hard to say this piece without coming off wrong,
Right.
because some people are not there. But for me, I'm like my life is still worth living,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm still here, and it's still, there are still good things that I absorb and fight for and live out. I'm still here.
Well, it's like that TikTok about the guy who's talking about if it's worth doing, it's worth doing wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's worth doing.
Mhm.
Like I hate when the opposite now. When I hear it's worth doing right, I'm like, no, it's worth doing it all.
Yeah.
Same with life. Like
Right.
if you're here, it may suck, but it's worth doing.
Right. Well, and that's kind of my thinking is like, and I know we've talked about like suicidality in the past.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that comes from the social aspect
Oh yeah.
and not being understood and feeling like you're not being understood and
And
feeling
then
alone and isolated.
Getting cut off.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever like felt the body in a way that was like, I'm gonna end this because it hurts too much.
I've been there once. And it was all the pains. I had tooth pain, I had back pain and arm pain all at the same time.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was too much at the time. But
Mhm.
I also didn't have any coping skills.
Right.
That was literally just, I had no medications, no coping skills, and I was just left alone. It felt
Yeah.
like I was left to like just rot.
Right.
So there's the mental aspect, but
But I think again that's social.
yeah, it is.
Like you lacking support,
Mhm.
lacking
like
tools.
I tried reaching out to people, but I couldn't get anybody other than
Right.
like Jen or you,
Mhm.
which is not bad.
Well, and
but,
even then, like trying to explain yourself to somebody like that, it's not good.
right. Well,
It's hard.
That's what happened a few times. I would get a hold of like Busy, and they'd come over, and I'd feel so shit, and I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Even though that was the whole point.
Mhm.
I was like, ugh, I fail. I was like, I can't even do this right. Nothing's going. This sucks.
I've had that before, like where you want to have that uplifting interaction, but once you're there, you're like, I can't connect to reality long enough to like connect with you as a person.
Right.
Yeah, I think that there's a huge social aspect to it, and like feeling left out in the wind is one of the worst feelings when you're going through something that is painful emotionally, physically, or mentally. Like,
Yeah.
we need other humans. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we need other humans. That's how it works.
Yeah. We do. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right? So it comes down to like weeding people out and then collecting the good ones and being like, I know I don't reach out a lot, but I love you.
I mean, all of my friendships have to be like overtime friendships. The kind where like you see each other again after a few years and it's like nothing's changed.
Right.
Those are the people that I still have around.
Right.
'Cause-
Where you could just pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
And there's no like, oh, well, why haven't you like maintained this? And you're like, because it's exhausting.
Yeah, like I could try and explain it. It's like that meme we saw yesterday. The like, and that explains
Oh,
the EDS,
yes,
and
where
it's
it's
just
like
a
the-
giant board full of calculations.
Yes. It's like my new motto. It's EDS. Everything is possible and nothing makes sense.
Yes.
There we go. That's how it goes. But I'm trying to think of like instances of toxic positivity.
I was gonna see, we can bother Jen since she's hiding in the corner. As a normal person, have you experienced toxic positivity?
Yeah.
Can you think of a time and talk about it?
Or should we leave you with the thought for a moment?
Yeah. Let her process.
Yeah. I don't know. It was mostly like that post yesterday that was really, it was so weird.
That seems so forceful.
Yes.
Like that
So
was
the
creepy
post
as hell.
was centered around this person who had an acupuncturist. She was like, she said something negative about her body. And then the acupuncturist like stopped her and was like, don't say like negative things about your body.
Yeah.
Say this with me. And it was like, I will be better. I will be okay. Like I will be healthy or something
Yeah.
along that line. And it had her repeat it. And she took it okay. But if that had happened to me, I would have punched somebody.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd say like 60% of my childhood was toxic positivity. because that's how it was in the church I grew up in.
Mm.
Like, if you said you weren't feeling well, they were like, no, you need to pray. You're speaking those words onto yourself. You're making yourself sick by speaking those words. You need to speak that you're not sick, and then you won't feel bad. And all that range from the denial that I had ADHD to, you know, my appearance at the church, like my behavior, having mental health problems, making my mom's job harder because it looked bad for her.
Ooh, this is like stabbing me in the gut. I can relate so hard. Yeah, if we talk about like the church, holy crap. And I remember being young and being like, I don't like being there because they're all fake. And that bothers the crap out of me. And then they want me to be fake. And I don't have the energy to fake things.
It took me a long time to realize that they were fake. It was pretty much like the middle school era when I started going through stuff that it really became obvious. Like, there were some things before that.
It's like performative.
But I think it was such a big comparison. Like, everybody seemed so much better because, like,
It is.
from like until like 7 or 8, you know, I was with my dad, who like wouldn't pay attention to us at all and was high most of the time, to being at church where everybody was greeting you and
Right, had their best faces on. Yeah. That hits close to home. Where and then you go the other way entirely because you're fed up with people and their fakeness. And then, especially for me, like, I will go complete 180 of where you want me to go just because you want me to go there.
Yeah.
So I'd be in trouble at church a lot, or about church a lot.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But it was overreacting. Just counter what they're doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, I know, like, I don't think about it a lot, but there are, like, certain people in my life that, like, I won't say unfortunately, but are, like, attached to me via other people.
Right.
And when I wind up seeing those people, it's like a show of pity and not really understanding any of what's going on,
Right.
or just asking questions where I'm like, this is so shallow and I don't really want to participate. And then it comes down to like, oh, you have just such a great attitude about everything you're going through. And I know one day they'll find a cure. And I'm always like, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Shut up.
She says in her head.
Yeah.
Because she would not
Oh,
say
yeah.
that out
God,
loud.
no.
I just imagine, like,
I have to say
shut
face
up.
there.
How about that? Mm?
How about that? How about that? Yeah, no, it seems to be like, especially older people in my life are the ones who are like, let's wish a cure on you. And I'm like, stop it. That's not helpful.
Well, and it's more for them than it is for you.
Right.
Then they don't have to feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Well, it's like
some days they'll figure her out.
Let me project my pity and then dump it somewhere.
Right.
And then you're like, now I have to deal with that. Gross.
You'll
Get
have
it
pity
away
all
from
over
me. Ew.
Gross. I don't want this.
That's how I feel about it, right? Like, there's like a visceral disgust when it comes to pity, and I hate it. And then you have like people where you're like, do I share the whole truth? Because now they think I'm super dramatic, or like,
And that's when you end up oversharing.
right.
Like, you see someone for the first time in years, and you're like, here's everything that's ever happened to me, and you need to know this backstory so everything makes sense in context to now. So let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yep.
And then you overshare, and they either go, okay, or they just think to themselves that you're a nutter.
Right. They're like, fucking, why did I get into
Crazy
this conversation? What the hell? Yeah. Yeah. It's icky. It just is. There's like, it's just distasteful.
For you. I'm sure for some people it's helpful.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's different where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like, There have been times that people have said things that like rang home for you in that vein.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, it's always like, I don't know, like when you said it was temporary, I was like, okay, I got this. And that was like really quick reboot because my brain could process that and
Right.
then rewire how I was thinking about what was going on.
But it was 2 sentences, you know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't go on a whole diatribe and was like, no, it's just you're just looking at it wrong.
Right.
I was like, I love you. It's temporary.
Yeah.
Done.
And that was it. And that's all I needed. And I was like, okay, I got this. Cool.
And the only reason I put I love you in there was so that you didn't think I was being condescending. Like, what's wrong with you? It's temporary. You know, I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Well, and I think it takes a level of like self-awareness to be able to communicate with somebody in crisis or near crisis
Yeah.
without, I don't know, pushing them the wrong way, right? Like we talk a lot about people don't want to be fixed, they want to be witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes just having a body nearby can be what's helpful. Like you don't even have to say anything half the time. Like just sit near me.
Jen
just
does
be
that.
near.
If she's in a writing mood, she can either write it at her computer or write it on the laptop next to me.
Yeah.
And I get to pick. Like, do I need someone near me?
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah. So she writes in the bed.
There
While I
you go.
curl up and die.
Yup. Oh my god, my spasms were so bad last night. Just so bad. And I'm tired of it and my neck hurts horribly.
I wish that like normal stuff worked on you.
I know.
You know, like muscle relaxers or anything that's anti-spasm.
Nope. 'Cause it's an electrical issue.
So we just need to zap you more.
Maybe I have too
You
much
need a full
electricity.
body
I've always
stimulator.
actually, okay, tangent and maybe totally fictional. I have no idea. But I wonder a lot whether or not I break so many electronics because my electricity is fucked.
I have the opposite problem. I fix things.
How dare.
Or like lights turn on when I'm around. It's creepy as fuck.
I don't know. It's super weird. Because, yeah, the way he explained it was like, your electricity is just fucked.
It is. Your system is not normal.
Yeah.
Thus the numb patches that we get.
Oh, I got the weird cold one on the inside of my thigh while I was working out. And then I was like, what the fuck? Did I, like, touch something? No, that's weird.
Oh, Jen, I was telling them yesterday, or earlier, about when Nicole came in and scared the crap out of us with the UA thing. It reminded me because I had my blood ran cold, like my whole body froze. So I was like, the adrenaline was everywhere, and I was cold, and I was like, this is bad. This is gonna be the worst thing ever. No, I dumped your UA because you don't need to take it again.
They're like, we found meth.
You totally didn't have to tell me that. I was fine either way.
But can you imagine? I'm sure other people freak.
Oh yeah, Jen was saying that it could be even like a billing thing, like they get charged for it.
Oh yeah,
So
that's true.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you pay for them, holy crap, that would be a
Yeah.
pain in the ass, and I would have been mad. But yeah, no, it's. Oof. I don't know where I was.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, my electrical
Yeah,
tangent.
yeah.
Like, does anyone else have like weird electrical interactions? Like, I stop Bluetooth signals
You're just
continually.
an
It's so
anti-EMP.
weird.
You're like an electrical.
I'm just sucking up
Not a
the
pulse, but, like, an
electricity from
implosion.
everything else.
Yeah.
Just absorb it. Mwahaha. And then use it to fuck with my muscles. For
That's
no
what it is.
reason. Fuck your normal.
You're also the odd one out, which makes you abnormal for
Aha.
the moment.
True.
Freak. Disgust
Can
me.
you imagine if Bug and Star actually had kids and one of, like, if their kids were normal?
Dude, that would be so weird. I don't know that they would know how to. How do you raise a normal kid when both of you are messed up? They wouldn't know. Like, I guess you can play. Do we let them do that?
Go outside?
You can have sugar, I guess. Eat gluten. What does a normal kid do?
That's not in their future at all, but it was a fun thought for me to go through.
I like the idea that they're inept at being normal parents.
I think it would be so funny.
Right. So they'd be like, I like football. And they'd be like,
What the fuck is wrong with this child? Nothing. They're normal. Sorry. that was like way out of left field, but
it was
my brain-
interesting.
it was fun for my brain to think about. Headcanon.
Yeah.
In a universe far, far away, you did have children, and they were normal, and you were very confused.
You had no idea what to do.
It's an Elseworlds comic now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shit.
Have you ever come across somebody who was like flat out, "Hey, don't say that about your body"?
I think I've seen it happen to other people. It never happened to me. Well, okay, Bappa tried to once,
Okay.
but that was before he understood why I do it, like the
Yeah.
context of it. It's not like a self-loathing kind of a thing.
Right. It's just
separated
mhm.
from self and complaining about body.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, that's the closest I've ever been. But I've listened to people like in waiting rooms because I've been in so many, so many.
Yep.
Or ER interactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But not personally, not much.
I had an acupuncturist try once through Kaiser. I was like talking about Karen, like I do. And she was just like, "Oh, that's terrible." And I was like, "No, it's necessary." The body is not me, and I am not the body.
Yeah.
We are not friends. We just have to like figure out how to get along sometimes.
That's
And
why
she kind of put it off, like she didn't continue down that road, which I appreciated. Like
Yeah.
I think I shut it down, and she could tell that I was like, "No, do not continue. It's not good. Don't tell me to be positive." Fuck your positive.
it's like that TikTok video of the song that I was obsessed with
Yes.
like last week. That's a really good interaction with the body. It's you
Yeah.
telling your body it's a piece of shit, but you still like it.
Yeah.
That's how I view it.
Yeah.
It helped me to think more positively as a whole.
Yeah,
Like, I accept you and I like you, but I hate you. But I
That's-
still like you.
that's exactly it. Well, and I think it gives us a different level of self-awareness too.
That's what Libby was saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not just full of shit. Cool.
No, she was saying you're very aware of yourself and of like your body
Mhm.
and your mental.
Yeah. I was sitting with Randy yesterday, and because he wants me to do the budget.
Mhm.
And I was like, part of the reason that I don't like do this stuff is because I don't want you to know how much money I have. I have to hide money from him. But he's like, I just need to know how much you can put on the credit cards each month. And I was like, okay, so we'll try it. But then we're sitting there and talking, and he was just like, I pay it all. And I looked at him and I was like, my brain just hurt my own feelings. He was like, what? And I was like, my brain just finished your sentence by saying that I do nothing and I'm a lazy piece of shit and I need to contribute more. And he was like, I didn't say that. And I was like, I know. I hurt my own feelings. It's okay.
See, it's not just me.
But like saying it out loud, there is a certain level of validation where you can say it and then let it go.
Yeah.
Instead of holding it and then holding it. And
Like
then still
internalizing it
holding
becomes trauma. Like,
Right.
yeah, that's why I'm like, Jen, you're an asshole in my head.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time, like, you did this and I hate you.
I just tell him, I'm like, I just hurt my own feelings.
I've said that before too. Like,
Yep.
ouch.
Like, that wasn't fucking nice.
I tell Jen about that all the time. Whenever it happens, I let it out because it's
Right.
better.
It is. It's better than internalizing it and then like pasting it to that person
Yeah.
like they actually said it. Because they
Exactly.
didn't. You just finished their thought for them in your own brain.
We should check the camera.
Okay.
See if it's recording first.
Yeah.
What's the timer at?
At 11 minutes.
Oh, good. We got some time. Oh, I saw Ruth's comment. Did you see that one?
No.
About how she doesn't like the body scan either, but she's never been able to put it into words. We helped someone else. Go us.
We appreciate you, Ruth.
Yes. Absolutely. And I'm glad I could kind of verbalize that for you.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm good at that.
Yeah, that's why I let you talk. I just sit here and let you do your own thing.
I just
Like, wow, look at her go.
I'm just good at putting things in words. 'Cause
Yeah.
my whole brain is words.
Her whole brain.
It's just made of words.
And I do nothing. I just sit here and make fun of her. You know, it's my job.
Well, you're the comic relief. Because I'm only funny looking. You're funny.
I shouldn't be offended by that, but I am. Like, oof.
Why?
Oof. He's funny? What was it all I'm good for? Is that the only reason you keep me around? Because I'm funny?
Stop.
Stop. Okay. Good.
We're gonna wind up in another laughing fit. Stop it.
We?
Me. Shh. Shut up.
I have EDS.
You amuse yourself. Stop it.
She laughs at that every time. I'm like, I have EDS, and she thinks that's the funniest shit in the world.
So funny.
His suffering is life. You think she'd have a little sympathy considering she has it too, but here we are.
Is it funny if I say I have EDS?
Just dead face.
Stone face.
You fucking what?
I have EDS. Jen's just judging us from the corner now.
We have to have one normal person in the room so we can look at her and find out where we are.
I know.
Like, oh, we're being ridiculous.
We're being ridiculous. Good. Okay. She's taking the mic. Uh-oh.
I was listening to the Cowboy Bebop opening song in my head. ADHD.
I'm so glad for you.
We should just keep her here. And then every time she has an ADHD moment, you could just pull it away so that people can experience what it's like to just have intrusive thoughts.
Right? I did it to Randy. I've never in my life started a conversation in my head and then finished it out loud, but I did it. Like, I looked at Randy and I was like, oh, he's doing blah, 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 blah. And my husband was like, what? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was thinking a thought. And then it came out loud because I was like, I need to tell Randy about this. And then I offered him a conversation that I had already started.
That's how Jen and her sister function.
I don't know how. I just get lost.
I'm used to it now.
That's, yes, I guess siblings, like, I don't
We
know.
do that.
We're pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you add Bug to the mix and it's really ridiculous. Siblinghood for the win.
You need to get Alex in here.
I know. Come listen to the nonsense. Come talk about all the things. I know he has bad knees and ankles.
Calling him out.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad. If you ever feel called out, I feel bad for you. Not in a condescending way. I just... Like, we're not going to not do it, but I feel bad for people who feel called out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fair. I guess, like, we might hit a little close to home sometimes.
Yeah.
But we feel it, too, just so you know. Like, we're calling ourselves out just the same.
I mean, that's really where it comes from, is us making fun of ourselves, so.
Right. Yes. That's exactly it. Damn it, self-awareness. Damn it.
I'm not trying. It just happens.
It does. It's just...
It's the worst.
There we go. Yeah. Now, what about like surviving people wishing cures on you and toxic positivity?
So, like, okay, the full circle then.
Mm-hmm.
So you go from Kaylee's, how do you approach somebody without being toxic?
And then to toxic, and then to
how do?
For me, I don't know. It's hard. Because we talked about, like, sometimes you just look at them and they're like, I hope you get better. And you're like, no, not going to happen. No.
I mean, I just added that into the conversation. The no, like, help you get better. Like, I won't. I'm sorry.
I won't. Thanks for trying. Thanks for playing.
They just
That's
need
not
that reminder
it.
that it's not, like, a curable situation.
I wonder how that makes them feel.
Hopefully.
Sometimes I wonder.
It's
like,
got to make them feel bad.
Because sometimes... Like I don't know, we talked about this before where you want to lash out in a way. You're like, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable because you made me feel uncomfortable. But then, like, how do we go from there?
Where do we go from here? Good.
It's just sharing it.
Yeah, making sure everyone's on the same page.
True.
It probably does. I'm not doing it to make them feel awkward, though. I'm doing it to remind them that that's not how it functions.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like, oh, have they cured you yet?
Right.
Like, no,
Right.
they have not. It's not something I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a cure.
Well, and luckily, like, the majority of people I come across generally ask. So they're like, is it something that, like, they could do something in the future? Like, or, like, is there good treatment? Like, what's available for you?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, not very much. We have some options, But it only progresses because that's how this works. And I think, I don't know, being more open about it in general, I feel like staves off some of that, I don't know, like the mystery aspect, and gives it normalizes it, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can continue that conversation later, and then you can build upon that conversation with interactions. But that's like people that you see on the regular.
Right.
When it's people who are like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to go through that.
I just stomach it, honestly. I don't have time. If it's not someone that I'm going to interact with again soon,
yeah,
just let it go. Move on. Like, that's how I approach it.
Yeah.
It's not worth talking more about.
Does it ever weigh on you, though?
Which? The wishes?
Mm-hmm.
It used to. I haven't gotten any in a while, so it's not even an issue anymore.
That's
Most
good.
people know. In the beginning, it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely nuts.
Sometimes it's doctors, too.
Yeah.
Or, like, nurses or people you interact with in that space who are like, oh, my gosh, that's a lot. And you're like, yes, it is. And then I think I use a lot of humor to deflect it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of humor. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
get really, like, ridiculously outwardly funny.
Mm-hmm.
To teach them. I'm like, stop pitying me. It's funny.
He's
Okay?
like, I've got this.
This is hilarious. Shut the fuck up. But not the first half. Fuck the
Staring
first half.
for no reason. How much does a divorce cost?
More than you have.
She's right.
More than
Can
zero.
I borrow some money?
No.
They're keeping me in this relationship whether I want to or not.
You want to. Shut the fuck up.
I do not.
Okay, I'll just leave the room.
The look of don't you dare.
I will end you.
The wink. You just hate each other. It's very clear.
And my kids,
Just
I
the
have.
disgust.
This morning, I
Oof.
hung out with Sophie all morning.
Uh-huh.
She came in after Jen left for work and was like, hey, can we hang out? I was like, dude, I'm not awake, but sure. And so she put on Nailed It and laid down next to me. And every couple of seconds, she'd be like, Dad, are you awake? Like, I am now. What's up? And then, like, I would wink at her and she would let me sleep some more. And that went on all morning until I was awake. And she was like, okay,
Nice.
I'm going to go. It was very cute, though.
That was just her task for the day. She's like, gently just wake him up.
It took
Overtime.
like hours.
It was me on Thursday when I couldn't get up to go to work. Like every 5 minutes I had an alarm go off and I was like, can't. Literally cannot. Nope.
Do not.
Not happening. Sorry. Fuck. And then the one time I woke up, I was like, shit. It's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you start the day with adrenaline. It's great fun.
I tried to have that not happen for Jen. I tried to wake her up before the alarm, the last alarm.
Gently.
Or what the funniest one is when I wake up before she's late. Like I wake up panicked for her. I'm like,
Oh, no.
oh my God, I know what time it is. And then I wake her up. I'm like, Jen, you have to go to work. So I start with adrenaline.
For her.
Yeah.
Sharing spoons, sharing adrenaline. It's all good.
You're not
It's
sneaky.
all gravy. What you doing there, Jennifer?
Ben says he loves you.
Don't
Just
judge.
you, though.
No, he said tell them.
Oh,
Doesn't love me, it's me.
it's you.
He likes the random episodes of your podcast that he's seen.
The random ones. He's just like on a shuffle.
Okay, time for random. Do something random.
Oh God! Oh no!
Predictable, not random. Change of pace.
I threw the evil cat at you.
That's a bunny.
Cat. Shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna no.
Oh, oh.
No.
She needs the comfort animals.
Here we go. All right.
That does look pretty fucking comfy. I'm not
We're
gonna
good.
lie.
We're good now. What's that book? In Mother's Lap?
Oh yeah.
Where the kid just keeps dragging shit up there.
That's what you got going on. You
That's
have a
where we're at.
menagerie.
Yeah.
We
Oh
could-
my God, he has a hole in him.
I know. He's always had the hole. Poor guy.
He needs some extra love.
We could probably call it right
I
there.
think so.
Now that you've gotten your menagerie going.
Yep.
Did you see Bob's email?
No, I don't look at my email.
Oh yeah, I
I
emailed him
keep
yesterday.
telling him that I don't look at his email.
I emailed him.
I don't look at email in general. I'm like, you need to text me.
He like send me a written letter or text me.
No, just text me. Only.
He got you a ticket for the same time and day.
What day? When?
Hold on.
I wanna
he wants
know.
to know if Randy wants one too.
Maybe, depending on the day.
It's November 6th.
Is
Yeah.
it a weekend? Is it a
will be.
weekday?
So, I think it's a Sunday. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, November 7th.
Uh-huh.
Whoop. Okay, so I'll ask my husband if he would like to go.
Cool.
So we'll see. Okay, my friends, we love you very much. Thanks for sticking with us.
Sorry about the very disjointed episodes.
Yes.
It was random.
We needed the day.
Disjointed.
Yes. You don't have to point out the joke. It was there.
Ha, 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 ha,
They are smart.
ha, ha.
I am not.
I am not.
I was explaining it to you.
I'm the comedic relief. I'm here to make you have the ha-has.
And I'm the awkward, but
Oh no.
the awkward truth speaker.
Awkward truth speaker.
Yeah.
Like a truth sayer.
She'd be like, God, it's gonna rain tomorrow. So, yeah.
Yeah. All
That-
right. Let's
okay.
call it.
Bye, guys.